The hour of 7 o'clock having arrived, I'll call the council to order. Let the roll reflect that all council members are present and a quorum has been established. The thing that we're going to do, first of all, council, we have the minutes of the regular meeting of July 20th from 2015. Is there any additions or corrections to the minutes of that meeting? Seeing none, they stand approved. Right away here, I'm going to turn it over to Melanie to introduce our new fire captains at the fire department. And many of you know that we're following the recommendations of the fire study that was developed in 2014. As we continue through 2015, we are reaching just about all the goals that we've set for ourselves in that study. And so I'll turn it over to Melanie and have the introduction.
Thank you, Your Honor, and council and members of the public. Mike and I are going to tag team here a little bit. You're absolutely right. We've been working diligently for, it's been almost a year now since we adopted the fire department study, and a lot of work has been done. A lot more continues to be on the horizon, but we're really excited about this milestone tonight. Recommendation number 4 was to add a supervisor to ensure accountability and consistency from shift to shift. So we created a fire captain position and began the process to hire 3 folks for this vacancy. In developing a new position is pretty exciting, and I think it comes with a lot of expectations as well as excitement. And this position was no different. So we tried to think about, what do we want in a fire captain? You know, of course, we want folks that can work a fire scene and you know, provide proper medical care. We know we have that. We wanted somebody who could effectively, energetically supervise and coach and provide that day-to-day supervision to give Mike and John a little bit of relief from the 24/7 operations that we have in the fire and emergency department. We were looking for somebody who could communicate a clear and organizational message and make sure that from top to bottom and bottom to top, everybody was getting the same message, because that's really, really important for everybody in the organization. We wanted somebody who could anticipate and lead and mentor and motivate, someone who could embody our core values, and somebody who would be able to step in and be able to help us with these final steps of implementing our fire department study recommendations. So we had high expectations. We created a pretty awesome job and developed a pretty comprehensive hiring process. We made these folks go through a number of interviews, writing examples, psychological tests, fitness tests, and these 3 rose to the top, and we're really pleased to have them take on this new role. I'm very excited for them to make this transition, and I know they'll do awesome. I'm going to turn over to Mike to do the individual introductions, but I want to say thank you to everybody who participated in this process. Again, this is a very nice milestone for the department, for the organization, and meeting the goals of the department. So thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to the meeting, Chief. Very glad to have you here.
Thanks, Your Honor. Council members, thanks for having us tonight. As Melanie was alluded to, we had a very robust but a great process and just an excellent pool of candidates to choose from. It's probably one of the harder decisions that we went through. But John and I are very excited to announce tonight Captain Tom Murray. Tom, if you come up, please. And Captain Chris Paulson. And Captain Jamie Stevens. These are our 3 new captains within the fire department organization. Gentlemen, thank you.
I think it'll be great to have a picture. Does the captains have anything to say? Huh? I think that was one of the requirements, wasn't it, that you have to be giving some public speaking? Is that true? Tom, you never said a word to anybody?
I've never said a word in my life.
Okay. Well, welcome aboard. We think it's exciting. It's a new day at the fire department. We're going to go to full 15 pretty soon here with 1 more hiring as per the recommendations. Your role is essential to the operation as we guide our fire department to the future, to the safety of our citizens. Your new role as you are on command at site when you get there. And so we look to you for your leadership that you've demonstrated through this process to this far to serve us well in the future. And why don't we get a council picture with the 3 candidates in the front? Council, now, next we have council items to be considered. I'm going to make an announcement. We have two items that are going to be asked that they be withdrawn from the agenda. Number 5, under consent, they approve the right-of-way entry for our agreement for Verizon Wireless. There still needs to be some discussion on that. And also on the agenda tonight under under Public Works on the Vermilion River Greenwell Trail project, there still needs to be more discussions with that. So I will ask that those will be withdrawn from the agenda. Next, council will go to consent agenda, and we are asked tonight to add an item to the consent agenda, temporary liquor license at the Leduc Mansion. Is there a motion to add that to consent? Councilmember Alonji makes a motion to add that to consent, seconded by Councilmember Brox. To that amendment, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion prevails, and we have the consent agenda before us as amended. As Councilmember Vaughn makes a motion to approve, seconded by Councilmember Balsanic. Is there any discussion to that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor of that motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion prevails. Next, we'll go to the administration portion of our meeting, a resolution tonight to approve the bond sale and accept the highest bidder. Mr. Steinman, nice to see you here, Paul. How are you?
Good to see you, Mr. Mayor. I'm doing fine. Distribute the bid tab. On the infamous yellow sheet, so no one loses it. So this morning at 11 a.m., we took competitive bids on your offering of $2,770,000 general obligation bonds, part equipment certificates, part charter bonds, part improvement. You had 29 total underwriters shown here, syndicated into 9 bids. The bids were from best to last within 16 basis points, or 0.16%, which is a really good thin spread for 9 bids. The thinner, the better. It makes us feel more comfortable about the competitive nature of the bids. The winning bid to Northland Securities and their syndicated partners, Bernardi and Citi, excuse me, at a true interest rate of 1.83%. So the initial par amount of $2,770,000 was reduced to a par amount of $2,755,000 due to a combination of premium bids and some unused discount. So you ended up borrowing a bit less than you had originally planned to. 4 weeks ago, we anticipated an interest rate here of about 2.19%. And today's lower rate and the lower cost overall resulted in overall total savings of about $15,000 to $16,000 total compared to what was anticipated 4 weeks ago. As part of the issuance process, you hired Standard & Poor's to rate your bonds, and through that process, you earned a AA rating with a stable outlook. That is affirmed from your last rating. And the stable outlook means that Standard & Poor's doesn't anticipate any changes in the next 2-year period, either up or down, unless significant changes occur here at the city level. Your staff, Ms. Flayton and Ms. Peterson, stepped up and provided information as requested to the rating agency the morning of the call, and it made the call very efficient and effective. The draft rating report was in good shape with correct numbers in it. So that was very positive reflection on the management and governance portion of this rating as well. So just a couple of quick comments on that. And Ms. Mesco-Lee said I only have an hour, so I'll try to make it quick. So you're rated strong and very strong in almost every single category of the report, with a couple of exceptions, debt and contingent liability, where you're rated adequate. And you're also rated as having good financial policies under Standard & Poor's Financial Management Assessment, which is under the title of governance, which is 20% of your rating. So I would propose from the discussion on the call that there may be a couple of areas in the context of that financial management assessment that we could work on to improve, to ultimately to improve your rating. In that section, from good to strong, one of those areas, and it's just it's a discussion item where the answer to the question, do you have a formal approved long-range financial plan, is really no. Although I'm certain through your finance committee and through your process, all the components are there, and you talk long-term strategically all the time. What we would really want to do is move that into a formal plan so that we can answer the question, yes, we have a formal, long-term financial plan. It's one of 7 or 8 questioning areas under the financial management assessment. The other areas that we answer yes to, do you have a debt policy? Do you have an investment policy, as examples? Do you have a long-term capital improvement plan? Yes, formal. So the long-range financial plan is one area that maybe we could work on to get you a notch up on that rating to a AA+ at some point in the near future. So with that, I'm happy to take questions. My recommendation going forward this evening is to approve the resolution which would award the bonds to Northland Securities and their syndicate, Bernardi and City, at a true interest rate of 1.83%. But I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you for that fine report, Paul. We appreciate that. And that is one of the goals that we have, is to continue to work on our bond rating and get to that AA+. And so we'll take your advice to heart.
Good.
Thank you. Even though we're very pleased with our rating today, we still want to make it even better. Council, any questions or comments? Councilmember Schultz.
I would move that we accept the bid.
Okay.
And then I have this, a question.
Councilmember Schultz makes a motion to approve with Northland and Bernardi Securities. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilmember Alonji. That motion has been made. Councilmember Schultz.
So my question, Paul, is having a formal plan, would it have to be something that would be very, very exhaustive, like 150 pages, or could we have something that might be a little less, still formal on paper, but not anything that would maybe take staff a year or two, maybe something a little less, so that we could get something done, so we could tick that thing off our list?
Yeah, council member, it doesn't have to be long. We don't get any additional credit for the length of the policy. So, I mean, I think your debt policy or your investment policy is only several paragraphs long. So it's just a matter of pulling all of those components together and writing them down and formalizing that policy with the council. So, yes, yep.
Thank you. Is there further discussion to the motion before the body? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The motion prevails. Thank you, Paul. We really appreciate the
Thank you.
report. Thank you very much. Next, we have comments from the audience. Are there any comments from the audience this evening? Please. Nice to see you again. Welcome to the meeting.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, members of the council. My sole purpose here tonight is to introduce myself. I'm Christy Bars, and I just took over as president for the Chamber of Commerce last week. So I finished my first official week, and I just wanted to come and introduce myself and say that I'm really looking forward to working with you. I'm really looking forward to moving to Hastings at the end of the month with my family, and just say I'm excited for the new job. So thank you.
Well, Christy, it was a pleasure to meet you. I know we met each other at the Quick Trip grand opening the other day, and I look very much forward to our meetings in the future to talk about the business community here in Hastings and community involvement with businesses, the city, and our citizens. So welcome aboard. We're excited to have you on board and looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank you. Is there any other further comments from the audience? Any further comments? Council, we'll go to announcements. Councilmember Schultz.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know we had to pull the Vermilion River Trail item from the agenda tonight, and because we've got a little bit more work to do. And we've had conversations today, Mayor, and I was in contact with Senator Katie Sieben, and she said that to try to facilitate what we're doing, she would reach out to the governor to see if we could speed things along because we want to get some things done. Of course, no promises. The governor has a couple things on his plate. One of them rhymes with walleye, I think. But she was going to make contact and see if there was anything that he might be able to do to help us out.
Okay. Thank you very much for that update, Councilmember. Councilmember Alaji. Comments?
Thank you.
Announcements?
This Thursday, August 6th in the evening at 6 o'clock, there is a meeting, it's a joint meeting for public safety. The Council Committee for Public Safety, which includes Councilmember Elling Schultz, Councilmember Brox, and me. Other council members are certainly welcome to attend if you wish. It's a public meeting. And then also the Public Safety Advisory Committee, which is a volunteer group of citizens that has been operating for some time and doing wonderful work. And we want to talk a little bit of just to essentially some joint planning since we've completed most of the provisions of the fire study and since the police force is also at a bit of a crossroads in terms of their planning and where they're moving forward. Just want to make sure that there's some good strategic planning. Much like you want a good fiscal plan moving forward, you also want a good public safety plan. So we want to start some discussion on that and appreciate any members of the public that want to be there can also be there as well.
Thank you for that announcement. Council, further announcements? Okay. Seeing none, I have a few announcements. First of all, the Arts Task Force is going to be meeting at 7:30 a.m. at City Hall here on Tuesday, August 4th, tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. And then they have another meeting scheduled for August 25th. So the Arts Task Force will be meeting tomorrow. Also on August 4th, tomorrow night, council members, will be National Night Out. And we have 22 neighborhood groups participating this year. Thanks to those who are participating, to Officer David Bauer for coordinating the event. I believe that we're all meeting at the fire station approximately just a little before 5 o'clock. So, and then we'll go out to the different neighborhoods. So a little before 5 o'clock at the fire station. The Planning Commission will be meeting on Monday, August 10th at 7 p.m. here at City Hall. The Parks and Recreation Commission will be meeting on Tuesday, August 11th at 6 p.m. at the Joint Maintenance Facility. The Finance Committee, Councilmember Schultz as chair, and Alonji and Nelson will be meeting on Thursday, August 13th at 7:30 a.m. at City Hall to discuss the 2016 budget. And there's also a follow-up meeting scheduled for Thursday, August 27th as well. So Finance Committee, 7:30 a.m. on Thursday, August 13th. HEDRA has rescheduled its meeting on Thursday, August 27th at 6:30 at City Hall. So HEDRA on Thursday, August 27th at 6:30. The next Saturday night cruise-in, and there have been a lot of fun this year. We've had a lot of great weather. They've been terrific. The next one will be on Saturday, August 8th. So Saturday, August 8th, the next Saturday night cruise-in. And a neat new program this year, we're trying out Safe Summer Nights. An event will be held at Lions Park on August 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. August 18th, Safe Summer Nights. And if someone needs more information about that, it's available on our website as well. And then also on a first-come, first-served basis, the police department is having another Police Citizens Academy. And they are now open for registrations. It's open now. More information will also be available on our website, and I think they have about 20 spots. And so if anybody's interested in learning more about what it's like to be in policing, some of the issues in policing, please urge anyone who'd be interested in signing up for the registration for the Police Citizens Academy. I have no other announcements before us, no businesses before this council. A motion to adjourn is in order. Councilmember Brock makes a motion to adjourn, second by Councilmember Nelson. That is a non-debatable motion. All those in favor of that motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. We are adjourned. Thank you.